Hello and welcome back. Today I am going to be showing you a 3v3 from last month. Yes, that's been a while. I'm not exactly trying to be regular in uploads. I'm uploading whenever the heck I want because this isn't my job anymore, or I'm not a dedicated content creator anymore. But anyway, we're doing 3v3 tier 7 division battles is what it's called. And coincidentally, tonight, the day I'm recording this, there is division battles for tier 8. Now, that's what I've never done division battles for tier 8. But what I'm assuming is going to happen is Atlantico spam. So I'm ready for that. But I am the designated DD player because I don't have Atlantico. So just be prepared for that. I'm just being prepared for that. But anyway, I wanted to show you some games I had from last month. I played Libric Mas and Duca degli Abruzzi, but mostly Abruzzi because it can act like a pseudo destroyer, and that's something I'll be saying a lot about that ship later. But first part of the night, or part of the weekend, because these are okay. Mostly these are clips are from Saturday and Friday, because eventually it got to the point where it's like, yeah, it's the same old, same old. So this was the most entertaining part of the weekend, the first few days. So I'm in Moss most of this first hour or so, and then I switched to Duca, and that's all I play. So there's only a few of these rounds in Moss that you'll get to see. The first one was I really wanted to show you how brutally OP these guns are. I really didn't see a lot of Libric Mas. When you look at the top ships, it was mostly Jervis, which I can understand. You got a lot of smoke, you got sonar, you got a bunch of torps, but Libric Mas has the best AP DPM out of all the tier 7 DDs, as far as I know. So that's why I picked it. And also, it's a really fun DD to play, and I really enjoy this one. Play a lot. And you can just see how much damage these shells are doing and how consistent they're being. What else? It's got great cap contesting ability since it's got that sonar. You can spot stuff in smoke. Now this isn't the Z46 where you get the sonar and smoke, or 52. But it's still great at dealing really well with those pesky DDs. And once you're done with that, you can work on the battleships, and the torps are pretty good. They're not really good, they're not really bad, they're just in the middle. But yeah, there's not much to talk about on the DD here. Oh, this clip here, I'm about to get a double strike. The only double strike I got this weekend in this division battle. Now, we did pretty good. My fleet isn't very big or active as much as it used to be, but we still put up a good fight. We have some good players, and we got 7th place, right? 6th place, but with a 94.91% win rate. That is the best out of any team. We did have some hired help, as you will see. Someone from GG Easy was helping out because I asked, hey, would you like to help out, since my third guy, Endogenic, was not able to help out that evening. He played with us later in the weekend, but not the entire time. Okay, so now we are going to be playing Abruzzi for the remainder of this video, the next 10 minutes. And Abruzzi is the ship that I picked out of all the ships that I played. This was the best pick because it acts like a pseudo destroyer, like I said earlier. You've got really long range. You've got 5% fire chance on 10 guns. It's 12.75 kilometers of range. And the best way to play the ship in this mode is you have to play it on the sidelines. You can't, I mean, it's best if you can find a flat broadside of a battleship, which is where it excels. As you'll see, if when I'm shooting at someone at like a bad angle like I am now, I'm only getting like 3 or 4 shell hits or something low, like 1, 2 there. So to get Duca to work, you have to find those broadsides. And the best thing about Duca, I think, is its combination with its range and its speed, making it really easy to relocate yourself to get a better position for that firing solution. And if you get into trouble, it's much easier to get out of it with your 38 knots of speed. Now, it's not 38 knots right out the gate. I have the speed mod in slot 3 and the elite bonus upgrade. So it starts off at like 35, 36 knots, and it's a huge upgrade. I believe Donskoy is just as fast too, and that's a giant medium light cruiser. Kind of hard to describe that one. But this ship has 9-kilometer torps, making it very surprising to land torps on people, especially because people don't really see an Abruzzi all that often, so they might not know what an Abruzzi is. And that's a good thing. It's a ship you don't see very often. Now, we were fighting Belfasts too, and later, I one-on-one engaged a Belfast, but unfortunately, I wasn't recording that, and I don't know why, because that was a fantastic fight. I outplayed a Belfast. It was a really good player too. I got torps on him, and I was able to finish him off with just my guns. And Belfast is a fearsome ship. It's got really good AP, and when I play it, I end up typically just using AP because it's a British light cruiser, and British light cruisers have pretty darn solid AP, especially at close range. They could tear things up. But yeah, you cannot outgun a Belfast. You can only win if you get some good torps on them. And these last two games are the really good ones. They're both against the same group of people. And I do like 75,000 by myself here. And I'm in a really good spot. I've got all this range to work with. And already I've gotten into a really advantageous position. I've already gotten a cap because of my ludicrous speed. And I'm already burning these 2 battleships here. I've got great positioning, so I'm able to hit the broadside of the ship because Duca doesn't have very good vertical dispersion, so the shells land very horizontally. And he's already burned a kit, so we just wait for that to expire, and we would relight a fire and then let my other teammates. There you go. There's another fire. We're going to stay here. Now, the DD hasn't been spotted. And there's the Sims. There it is. There it is. And now, being a light cruiser, it is supposed to be a good destroyer killer. And it kind of is, but it doesn't have the alpha of a Belfast to just wipe it out in 3 salvos. You've got 10 guns, and they have slightly less AP alpha. But it's still pretty effective, and you've got torps to defend yourself if need be. The shells are really easy to aim, so you can connect these shells at really long range. And there, five shells right at that range there. And we are speeding up these videos here, these Duca clips. So we're gonna finish off this West Virginia. We are on comms here, picking out which ship to take down first. It's just take out one at a time. That's what you gotta get into the habit of when you're playing competitive like this. Okay, although this is not really competitive. It's just a fun, semi-competitive game mode. You don't even get rewarded from this like you would in, say, a team skirmish or ranked battles. It's just kind of a, I don't know. It's fun. Yeah, I really enjoy the tier 7 one. Although you do have to deal with a Huga spam sometimes, which Huga is only good in this mode because of its absurd damage output when it hits. That reload booster really comes effective at deciding who's going to get the win. But in random battles, nuh-uh. It's not good. You pick something like a Nagato, or talking just regular tier 7s, Nagato, Sinop, Colorado. Hey, even the Italian battleship. I don't know really remember the name, but we'll finish the Sims here. If I had the AP loaded, I could have gotten him, but shut up, Siri. There's the Sims down. My buddy in the Sinop is going to fall, but this is the last person alive, and I'm at full health practically. Yeah, I'm at full health. I haven't taken a single point of damage. So now all we're gonna do is just gun him down with the HE, and yeah, he'll get some hits on us, but well, we hit the island, but it's still not a big deal. Yeah, we get 5% fire chance. We'll eventually burn him down. Da 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 da. Maybe not torp him out, but if the fire chance is out, there is our first fire, and there's a second fire, and he's down. Not a big problem at all. Yeah, 75k, 14k fire. That really helped. And for this round, I am deciding to go on by myself, thinking I can just get some cross shots if they decide to go over where my battleships are. But they've got two over there, Belfast and a Huga, and a Poltava that still hasn't seen me yet. So we're going to take advantage of that and reposition here lightly and get into a kiting position. And I'll start going at it. Instantly 2 fires, he damage controls. He's not going to eat these torps, but he's going to turn. We're going to anticipate that he does a full turn. And we get a fire here. Remember he just damage controlled. There's a second fire. And here comes a flood right here. And by now, we're chewing him up already. And we've got 10k off of us. We've already got 25k off of him. And he's already halfway down. I'm not really caring about capping, because in these quick games, capping isn't a huge priority. I mean, it can win sometimes, but in the games we played, capping didn't become a huge priority. Okay, there you go. There's another fire. He's damage controlled that. We're staying out of the range of the secondaries, for the most part. More torps on the way. And meanwhile, I'm just laughing my butt off to my friends here. Now we're starting to AP pen him, just to shame him. And we're going to let the torp get the final say. Yeah, the AP on this one, pretty good, but it's not Belfast level AP for those close quarters instances. And we still got time left to kill this Belfast here. So, what am I going to do next? I'm thinking of doing an Atlanta video finally, or do a Z52-46 video. I haven't played Z46 in a bit, because it's just, why play that when you can play 52? But I might even make that Atlantico video. These days, I have been working on my license, because I'm done with school, like I told you last time. I'm working on getting the writtens done, so I don't know when I'll post another video, so I'll just let you know when that happens. But before I go, I will show you what I've got for a Duca and Moss. More on Duca, because people don't see that ship very often, and it's a very interesting ship. I might make a video on in the future. I've gotten some pretty good games in that one anyway. And I'm pretty proud of those stats. It's a pretty busted ship when you know how to play it. The combination between the fires, your range, your speed, your torps, catching people off guard. All those things add up, and you can get lots of high damage games rather quickly. So let's take a look here. So I have quite the lot of games in Duca. So you're looking here, it says 36.96, but these are unmodified values when you take into consideration refined diesel. That gives you an extra little speed boost there. Yeah, I'm running, most importantly, Propulsion Mod 2, which also gives me the speed boost, which is shown here. I do have Propulsion Mod 1, which gives me a 15-second full time to top speed. Atlanta, if you spec for it, has a 10-second time to top speed, which is similar to something like, it's more like a, what about this one? Yeah, more like a Felix Schultz or a big destroyer. And this is what you compare it to. So here's the build. Just going to show you briefly. This is actually something I need to fix because so this wouldn't actually be my build for Duca per se. This is what I would use for Italian ships. And I've given up on the Italian cruisers, man. After I got to Brindisi, I just like completely forgot about them. And I tried Brindisi recently, and it's a terrible ship. The dispersion's awful, and I really need to respec him to work solely for Abruzzi here, because Abruzzi requires its own commander. But I'll show you what I'd use for Abruzzi specifically. This one, I mean, either this one or this one because it has sonar. You could do that one or that one. I think this one's kind of a waste. I always have, no, these days I usually just go with Unstoppable because that's a fun gimmick. Fire Supremacy, no, you'd use Daredevil. Generalist, because I don't see a real use for Exploit Weakness. It's only 1%. Fully Prepared. Use your get an AR on it. Demolition Expert. It's Honor Seeker? Yeah, I guess. Giant Hunter for this Torp, sure. And either of these, whichever thinks you'd be using most on Duca. I tend to go between a blend of AP and HE. But that's it. Let's go to Moss here. Since I have an actual fully prepped commander. But before I actually start on this, I have been running my Attila Regolo commander on my Duca. I don't know why I don't have it on there right now. Let me fix that, because it fits better. There we go. That's better. I mean, it works more. It works better. I don't know why I picked that. Yeah, I should really respec him. But back to Moss here. Trying to make this as short as possible. Yeah, I have concealment, turret traverse, blah blah blah, propulsion, anything to give you better reload and better speed. 4.5-second reload on guns that do 518 each. Yeah, pretty standard destroyer build. Yep, this is it. Spec into reload, concealment, and you got your sonar. I mean, this is an old build because I got the ship a while ago and started this commander a while ago. This buff only gives you like 1,000 hit points back. It's not really anything significant at all. So I've always been running Unstoppable on all my other new commanders post me getting back to the game. But yeah, that's all from me. Hope you guys have a great night, and peace.